And again, the most unnatural thing, and I'll keep saying this, that exists in this country is for people of African descent and people of European descent to live together in the same hemisphere. It's not. It's completely unnatural, and at the end of the day, it's wrong, especially under the conditions that we were brought together. What brings us together? What's the main reason that Europeans and people of African descent are together in this country? To ask a question. I mean, it's really a no-brainer. We know what that is, and that's the North Atlantic slave trade. It's slavery in this country, where African people were brought here and forced to adopt and to accept a European way of life, way of thinking, way of believing, way of seeing life in order to survive and live. They had to let go of and reject, and really just, it wasn't even a matter of letting go. They had no choice. They were just, it was just, they were separated from their cultures for so long that it was something that was wiped out of, after a certain amount of generations, was completely wiped out of the memory banks of future generations that were born into slavery. They had no idea about what Africa was or what it was to be an African, because they weren't allowed to be what they were in Africa. They were forced to change. They were forced to become slaves. And that word that we don't like. So our relationship is a forced one. It's one based on a crime. And no, you're never going to make that's never going to be made right. I don't care how much you can want it until your heart stops beating. It's not going to make it, and ultimately it's going to fail. It's going to come crashing down around our heads. Because it shouldn't exist in the first place, this relationship between European and people of African descent. It should not.